No hipsters.
No hipsters.
No hipsters pod.
Episode 71, No Hipsters Pod. It's your boy Ronce, the founder of NoHipstersAllowed.com. On this episode, I interview internet superstar Nick Nack Pattiwhack. Welcome, Nick Joseph. I know you're not going by the stadium anymore. Thank you for joining No Hipsters Pod. I've been following your career for years, and I'm really looking forward to find out everything about your career so far and what you have next. And so I like to start every conversation with a question about where it all started. Right? I know you're from Louisiana, so tell me a bit about your background. How did you become the man you are today?
It all started with being on Vine and being on a college campus. I had a group that we would always remind each other. We used to go by Black Rank, and they entrepreneurs now. One of them is a millionaire. Well, two of them is a millionaire. One of them is Super. The other one is Tarzan. He played in uh, Top Gun as Coyote. The other two, one is a rapper. The other one is a business owner of a storefront. So we all been started off, but now we all just like entrepreneurs now and working. So I would say it started on Vine. Vine died down, and then Instagram started picking up, and that's when I ended up linking with Dan.
Daniel, son, I said Peter, Piper, Picker. Oh, Dan, what is this, man?
Doing skits, and then we got bigger than what I was on Vine. So me and Dan rode that wave out for a minute. Did TV shows, pop-ups, music videos, a few movie appearances. Nothing too big. I'm small or whatever.
Right. Yeah, big enough. I mean, we saw him.
Yeah.
So wait, how old were you when you met Dan?
I met Dan when I was I want to say 22. 22. It was
Gotcha,
like my second year in college.
Gotcha. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh, nice. And so that means so I discovered you in 2017, like doing the oh no, baby.
Yeah, baby. What is you doing, baby?
So I figured you guys been working together much longer before that. So that was just where you guys started.
All right, that right there. We tried to do regular skits, but the algorithm switched up with Instagram. It was really more so straight videos all the way through being recorded that was going viral. If you stopped to edit your video and chopped it up here and there, it wasn't getting the attention that it would need because people be like, "This is fake. This is fake."
Right.
So the best thing to do with me and Dan, when we figured out, was just record it all the way through and just post it.
For a few years, and then I know there was a big announcement about comedy not being as fulfilling as it used to be, and so what happened there?
It was, bro. To be honest, bro, it was draining. Like moving to LA, wanting to work with people, and then people not being on the same type of time you on as far as want to progress, want to go bigger, want to make more money. It was draining. Waking up every day at 7 o'clock in the morning to go shoot a skit 30, 45 minutes away. Then when you get done shooting a skit, trying to come home in that LA traffic, it was tiring, bro. And then you gotta keep going in order to get bookings and get paid. So you just like,
Right.
do I really want to keep doing this, or do I want to do my own thing? Because believe it or not, bro, it's a lot of businesses that wanted to just if one of the videos don't go viral on your page, they're ready to stop working with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because you putting all this effort into this video, and Instagram is fucking with your algorithm.
Right.
And now brands no longer want to work with you because your 1 point some million followers are not interacting on this one post.
I was literally just going back to look at your followers because like, yo, he has over like a million followers. I just want to be sure that I wasn't quoting that wrong. I mean, so as someone who puts out content, I think people have a very warped idea of how things go viral organically. And so that must have been frustrating. So you're saying that you would it was basically people like just not being consistent or not like just
it
being 10 toes down, really.
It messes with your mental that you wake up and put all this hard work in this video that you've been editing for 2 days straight, and then you post it at your peak hour, and then you got people saying, not funny, that's not good enough. Oh, this is whack. Y'all should do this. And then you got all these people pointing the finger at what you should do, but they're not doing anything on that end. They just here to watch. They can have a whole family of 3 kids, and then they look at you like you're not funny. You're broke. You're broke. You're not doing good enough. And you look at this situation. You're like, you're not doing better than me. But you can't say nothing because as soon as you say something, then you're giving them the attention they want.
And also you become the jerk, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess it sounds like there were issues with the businesses you were working with, but there was also issues with the fans and just how vicious fans can be. And the one thing I've noticed though, people like the early come up when somebody's making something out of themselves, and then when you get really big, I
Mhm.
feel like the knives come out. It's like, all right, like let's take him down. And so do you feel like that's what happened in your
Yeah,
case?
that is what happens because you can do something so small. Like once you get big, you no longer have a voice. You can't voice
Right.
your opinion. You can't talk about politics. You can't talk about sexuality. You can't talk about a lot of stuff because as soon as you start talking about one thing, you separate your audience that goes against what you're saying. So a lot of times when me and Dan were coming up, people would ask, "Oh, how do you feel about Donald Trump?" Da da da. We wouldn't answer because if I say something to you and somebody who has something against this person hears it, now I'm gonna lose a follower. So the best way for us to be for everybody is to stay neutral, but we still
Right.
lose followers when we didn't use our voice at all.
Right.
So it's like a lose lose.
That's a really interesting point. Have you ever found that maybe it's better to just stay true to your values and just whoever's lost probably shouldn't be there anyways.
Yeah, that's the thing. Our values was because believe it or not, we wasn't educated on a lot of stuff that was going on as far as politics and
Oh,
sexuality and all that. So we left it alone. We didn't care to learn about it because we seen that everybody who was learning about it and who was saying something about it, all of a sudden their page getting deleted, posts getting deleted. We was just like we don't want to fuck with it, but we just like, we don't want to like dab into that land of being fucked with.
I get what you mean. But so I mean, and all right, I'm gonna be very direct with my question. I'm kind of dancing around the point.
Mhm.
Did you guys hold what people would describe as conservative views on these things?
To be honest, if people wrote us in the DMs and asked us how we felt about it, I mean, yeah, we would give them what's the word I'm looking for? We would give them a good answer, a considerate answer. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't no assholes that was like, oh no, fuck that, I'm sticking to just my content. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Privately, yes, but we wouldn't go on our page publicly talking about it.
Okay. So basically, what I'm trying not to like put words in your mouth. Were you guys like Trump supporters?
No, we wouldn't Trump supporters, but
Okay.
but we have supporters that support Trump. So if you start
Right.
speaking against Trump, then his followers are gonna be like, oh, da 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 da. They're gonna say
Right.
something
Right.
crazy.
Right.
I'm from a state that's mainly Republic. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Right. Interesting. Interesting. And so that was part of like the struggle with like handling fame is what it sounds like.
yeah, because once you get big, bro, you no longer you can't even
Right.
tweet, you can't even play around and troll. Once you play around and troll these big blog pages, they take a screenshot and they post what you said and they add their own words underneath the caption. Now
Yeah.
these people that don't follow you are
Guilty.
attacking.
Guilty as charged. I'm not even gonna hold you. I run a page and I cover pop culture, and so that's you're bringing up really interesting points. But and it's funny because Chris Rock is one comedian who has complained about how audiences are more sensitive. But do you ever find that maybe some of the attacks might be if you're saying things that hurts a group in a
That's
very
because if
yeah,
you're putting like a joke in it, you know what I'm saying? You're
right,
meant to shine some type of light on the incident, but you're coping with it the best way you can without being too sensitive about it. Like if I
right,
was to
right, right,
talk about people with no hair, you know what I'm saying? It's obviously to make a joke towards you to
right,
shine light on you. You may take it wrong, but I don't mean no harm to you because I'm
right.
bringing awareness to your ideology of bald people. It's
Right,
nothing
right,
against
right.
you. It's just me showing.
Was it? I'm sorry, Nick. Were you taking a shot at me just on the low? Because that
I
example
was just
feels.
trying to make. I was just trying to make a. What's that word, man? I'm just trying to make an example. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. Okay, that was funny though. Wow, that is. I wasn't expecting the conversation to get this serious, but you have me thinking. I have all these new questions, and I don't know. I don't want you to feel like I'm putting you back in that space, but I think you're bringing up really important points about comedy in the new age
Hmm.
and how there are new guidelines. And I don't know, Cat Williams had this excellent point about
all of the people that didn't make it to the NBA, if you ask them if we just lowered the goal down another foot, they are all tell you they make it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody likes the out of bounds, but the out of bounds gotta be there, or you'll run up in the stands, right?
Mm.
So some of these things are for the benefit of everything. Nobody likes the speed limit, but it's necessary. Nobody likes the shoulder of the road, but it's there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
My point is, people weren't all that extremely funny back when they could say whatever they wanted to say.
I'm trying to push back to you, and I'm trying to get like, I guess, a more explicit response. Is that do you have issues with the boundaries of today, or are you just, like you said, just don't want to be bothered with having to?
I get your question. The main reason why
Yeah.
I kind of stopped doing comedy is because some of my jokes was like dark humor, you know what I'm saying? And people would be so sensitive to it, like, oh, you did a skit about people doing coke, and then they'll come up with a reason to argue with you. There are people being addicted and becoming homeless, and you're over here making a joke about it. So that's how I look at comedy.
Right.
Stuff that bring people down, you can make a joke out of it to bring people up. So
Right.
It's so sensitive, you can't even do that no more. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you make a joke about something like homeless people, or a joke about some people who are paraplegic, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now all of a sudden you're getting canceled. But the people that it's happening to, they're laughing at the joke because they understand why it's funny. It's relatable to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I saw a video the other day, and it was about culture. A white guy would dress up as Asian people and walk up to other people like, is this culture appropriating? And the white people would be like, yes, you are. Take that shit off. But he walked in Chinatown to the other Asian people and was like, yo, is this culture appropriating? And they was like, no, this is actually appreciation to my culture, and I appreciate you showing us love. So
Right.
it's so sensitive, you don't know how to go around with comedy.
You're making there is a lot of ambiguity as to what's offensive and what isn't, and sometimes even like offensiveness is highly subjective sometimes, right? And so you're making really interesting points, and I honestly like it. I could talk about this all day because I'm very, very interested in this conversation about, especially when it comes to comedy and what's funny and how people are allowed to be funny. But that's interesting. But since you bring up that point, because I honestly have never seen anything about you that had given me pause. So I'll tell you right now, I've never taken issue with you or your content, and I've watched a lot of your videos. So unless maybe I might have missed some of them, I'm just gonna tell you now, I haven't seen some of yet. After this interview, though, I'm gonna go back and check. But I did see Dan use the N-word, and at first, I actually thought Dan was just light skinned, right? And so, and then I heard him use the N-word. Not only did he use it, I saw him being really, defiant about like his authority to use it. I saw there's a clip of him being really bold and being really, like, yeah, so what?
Son, you do so much shit that you don't apologize for.
Ooh, like what, Ash? Name something stupid ass.
I'm a
name one. Ooh,
you say the N-word. You say the N-word.
So?
Alright.
Say cracker.
Say it.
You say cracker.
When?
Say cracker.
Why would I say it? Wait, why would I not say it? Why would I say it? Wait,
Wait. Cracker.
Now say the N-word. Say the N-word so I can post it. Alright, it's on YouTube. I want your consent. I want your consent on camera.
The thing is,
I want your consent on camera.
You got a fucking problem because you just said cracker, so I can say nigga.
No. Say that I can post this. Say it. Say I want you to say it on camera.
Son, post it.
And so the only time I take an issue, and I actually was not going to bring that up,
Right.
but I think this conversation is a perfect segue into that incident. So I know that's your brother, and I know I've seen you defend him many times on social media. What was your immediate reaction when you saw the clip of Dan using the N-word? But more importantly, I think the use of it is actually secondary to him saying, and so what?
Right. All right. So basically, when he said it, it wasn't really shocking to me because we grew up in that world. In New Orleans, there's white peoples that's like passe blanc, like Creole. Like if you live in part of that neighborhood, you're not saying it to be, racist or derogatory. You're saying it like on some, that's my nigga, that's my brother. Like I love him to death. Like that shit. So when he used it in that time frame right there, he wasn't trying to call him a nigga. He was saying, you say cracker, so I can say nigga. Like he was trying to justify him saying it because he's ignorant on both subjects. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
He wasn't taught the right way. by him growing up in the hood around other black people, and they were like, "Yo, Dan, nigga, come do that dance." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He used to being called nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he don't
Right.
never call, "Yo, nigga, come here." He'll be like, "Yo, let me tell you what this nigga said." You know what I'm saying? Like making it like as a like, let me tell you what he said. You're not calling him a nigga. That's how he used to do it. But like moving forward after the incident, he don't even say words that start with an N.
But I like that. I like that. So basically, so what I'm hearing is that before you guys would always use that in private, and nobody clocked him for it.
Yeah, and that's what kind of got my brother to pull out the camera and record him, because even though we did it in private, we did it in public because everybody loved Dan. Everybody fuck with Dan. Everybody was like, "Well, Dan, nigga, you look like a nigga. So, nigga, I don't care. You ain't calling me a nigger." So that's how everybody around us. So when that shit happened, me and Dan caught all the slack because one, I didn't punch him in the face in the video. That's what people telling me. Two, I defended him after the fact. They gotta understand, bro. Me and this dude have a career together, and we're making money together. I get it. I'm not trying to sell my soul, but I'm not trying to throw money at the bus at the same time. I'm not gonna punch another man I'm working with on camera.
And ultimately, that was your friend, and you know what's in his heart. We don't know Dan, right?
Yeah,
we don't know Dan, so that's your friend. So this is really interesting, and it would be hard for me to talk more about this without sounding like I'm trying to put you over the coal again, which is not.
Do your thing. I hear it all the time, and it's just the
yeah. And so basically, so moving forward, would you, if you had another close white friend, say, yeah, what about it? Like, would you stop them?
I always tell my white friend. Well, the thing is, the white people I run into now, they don't even say the N word.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have not dealt with no white people ever since. Besides my manager at the time, but he don't ever say the N word. He's completely white.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, that's really interesting, and yeah, it's one thing that has always like, like why because I think I always tell people that, listen, you're gonna get your white friends beat up when you let them say things like that in private in front of you and think, oh, it's okay. I really think I don't think a white person should say it in private either, but I think with white people who have that close of a friendship with a black person where they've given them license to say it in private,
right?
You need to let them know how offensive it is and how most black people will not be okay with it. So, we live and we learn, and I think that's just really a small, footnote in your career. I think you've done the greatness of your career far outweighs that moment. And so, after the comedy, you said that you were going to go into, it looks like, lifestyle and travel.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's about, correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like the primary thing that Nick does now, Nick Joseph.
That's by me growing up in college being a party person, I was always a person that just get on the mic, get drunk, get lit.
Gotcha.
When you get older and older and older, and you start going to these clubs and they're charging $1,500 for you to get a table that's small for three people, and you
with
get
two bottles.
Yeah, and you just like, bro, this ain't it. And then all of a sudden you go out the country one time and you spend $1,500. That's on your flight, your hotel, and then you go to three clubs for over 3 days and you only spend $1,500. Something not adding up. So I was like, America is trash. So that's how I got the idea.
I gotta stop you though. That's only when you go to usually developing countries. And now I'm sure if you go to, like, the Americas. I went to El Salvador for my birthday last year.
El Salvador.
Oh, you've been, okay, nice. And all 4 days, like including accommodation, flight, clubs, drinks, we ate like kings and queens, $800 per head. Actually, some people spent like 700 because their flights were cheaper.
But that's why I do group travel. The more people, the cheaper it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely get
Interesting. So what's the name of the travel company?
my travel company is called We Live Adventures.
We Live Adventures.
I
Nice.
stuck with We Live, baby, and just added
right. I got it.
Yeah.
And so when did it start? What year?
So I started on We Live Adventures 2017. Me and Dan,
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
me and Dan did a cruise with somebody, and we didn't know the logistics of how to do a cruise or all we can get paid. So when we did the cruise, we had Andre Drummond, we had Dexter Darden from Maze Runner, the black guy, and we had a few other females and a few rappers that came. You know what I'm saying? So we had fun. It was like 20 of us. The part that made it good was that we went to 3 different spots. We all had fun, but when the trip was over, we didn't get no money. So I thought of an idea like, how can we make money? And Dan was like, well, I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to do no more cruises. I was like, well, we ain't got to do no more cruises. We can actually do trips out the country 3-4 days and make it work. Dan didn't want to fuck with it. I was like, well, cool. If you don't want to fuck with it, I'm not going to fuck with it. So I really threw my business on a back burner. Then I ran into, I want to say 2020, January for my birthday. I went to Jamaica. I ran into
Happy belated birthday. I wished you on the actual day, but again.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I met two actual travel agents within those 2 months. And one was a Q dog, and the other one she just was just a cool football player. So January and February, they both told me pick that shit back up, and get back going, and keep it running. Literally, I want to say the next year in April, I brought 50 people to Panama City. And then I want to say in August of last year, I brought 150 people to Tulum. You feel me? So
Nice. I was actually looking at Panama for my birthday trip. So my birthday is late March, and it's looking like Guatemala. Have you guys done Guatemala yet?
Guatemala, the country?
Yeah.
No, I have not done Guatemala yet.
Not yet. So that's looking like the front runner. But enough about me though. So I saw the most recent trip was Dubai, correct?
Dubai was last year in
Dubai.
January.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Okay. But wait, you guys just had one though, right?
We no, we had a city takeover in November.
Oh,
We had a Friendsgiving in Houston.
gotcha.
And Puerto Rico, but
okay.
So we canceled
it. Gotcha. And by the way, congrats on your engagement.
Thank you.
I saw that. I was like, wow, like he's doing things. Congrats. And also I saw that you had a boxing match, but that was like it was cut short apparently.
No, it was not. It was you had to watch it live. It was one of those.
Okay.
It's the influence box match. They go 4 rounds to 5
right.
rounds.
You fought Minicon?
Yeah,
right?
I fought my homie Minicon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And wait, did you? I mean, I want to.
We was legit beefing at first. It was legit.
Oh.
You know how when you have 2 alpha males that have a problem, but the other alpha male is really like nonchalant, and the other one is really sensitive. Like I wasn't sensitive because I actually cared about the situation. He didn't care, so I was like, "Fuck it, we're gonna have to just get that fight in."
Oh. What I saw is that there was a disqualification. All right, did I get that?
Yeah. I got disqualified.
Okay, what you do? Did you need him?
I was clinching too much.
Okay.
But I mean, fuck, we both was clinching. I mean, fuck, every time I throw a punch, he hugged me. Every time he throw a punch, I hug him. It was what it was.
Nice. And then I also saw in a recent post that you're actually looking at comedy again.
Yeah. So basically, I talk to a lot of my business friends, and they always tell me, they were like, bro, nobody's gonna push your brand better than you. But if you're sitting here being active and just posting business, you're gonna lose followers. So they told me do skits as I go along. Pick up other side hustles as far as making content. Do your YouTube, do your OnlyFans, do TikTok, do everything. It's just keep it going because I may not know what's gonna be my next Odell catch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
it's the OnlyFans is funny, but I'm thinking, and you don't even have to do content every week. Like, listen, I know that it's draining. You only like a month, and not that I'm, not that you're asking me for advice, but it doesn't have to be every week. Like, I know how much work it is, so you can do the travel and just still put out something once a month or once every 2 weeks, because I think the internet is definitely missing content from you, and so I'm hoping that you make it a more regular thing.
Another reason why I stopped is because, bro, I literally been shadow banned for like 2 years, and I just figured out why. I connected my Facebook to my Instagram, and Instagram and Facebook don't fuck with TikTok, so both of my have the TikTok logo in them.
Oh.
So I had to go back and delete everything that had TikTok on my pages. I couldn't do no monetization on Facebook. I couldn't do monetization on Instagram. I just had to reappeal, and then they told me that I qualified for it again. I was like, damn, all I had to do was delete TikTok off my page, but nobody told me that.
Yeah, that's good. Good to know. So basically, you have to post a video natively to Instagram as a reel.
Yeah, you got to post it, download it without the TikTok shit, and then post it.
Yeah.
And now I qualify for monetization on Instagram and Facebook. It's crazy. Missed out on a lot of money.
I'm taking notes. Interesting. Wow. Interesting. And then one more travel question. When or if ever are you going to make it to Africa?
We just left Ghana in December.
Oh. Nice. What about Nigeria? I'm biased. I'm Nigerian.
All right. So we actually want to plan to go there to Nigeria. I'm actually trying to get my homegirl Sierra this loan because she wants to buy us. She wants to buy a home in Cape Town.
Okay.
So I mean, Cape Town in Nigeria, that's right there, right? So she wants
Nope.
to. No, it's not.
No.
Well, that statement's out the window. Fuck it. But
Yeah, Cape Town is in South Africa, which is the southernmost country in Africa, and then Nigeria is West Africa. They're really far. It's like literally like a 6 hour flight between both countries.
All right. Thanks for educating me on the situation because
I got you. But no. But South Africa is actually, is the most, I guess, Western friendly. So it's a country that Americans can go to and easily, like, have a good time because you have a lot of the amenities you have in America.
Which one is cheaper, Ghana or Nigeria?
Ghana probably is. But Nigeria is way more fun. Nigerians are way more fun, and you would think Nigeria is cheap because you have USD. So by the time you're done, like making all like the conversions from dollar to naira, a lot of things will not feel as expensive. But Nigeria is a really good time, and it's actually getting more popular among Americans. So, as the unofficial ambassador, I would really recommend that you go. And honestly, if you want me to play chaperone on your trip, just let me know. I was actually, I was born there, so I know the place. Yeah. But Nick, this is a great conversation. It went in so many different directions that I wasn't expecting it to go. I can't wait to see what else you got planned. I actually think, if you're still taking any advice from people from strangers, I think you should go into acting. I really do think you have the chops for it. Just the voice and all those things. I think I could see you doing really big characters. Mm-hmm. So honestly, I think you should give entertainment and comedy another good shot because I really do think that you're an extremely gifted comic. So I'm hoping to see more.
All right, but yeah, I tapped in with Isaac from Power,
okay,
Voice, and he told me, he was like, bro, they be looking for influencers to be on the show. So I said, well, I might have to go ahead and try out.
That's your cue. Honestly, I want to see more. Honestly, so I'll be keeping an eye on you and your career, and hopefully we get to chat again in the future.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.